Hearing wrap-up. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle fails to answer basic questions and must resign following historic security failures at President Trump's rally. Washington, the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability, held a hearing today titled Oversight of the U.S. Secret Service and the Attempted Assassination of President Donald J. Trump. At the hearing, Republican and Democrat members pressed U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle for answers on the egregious security lapses that led to the attempted assassination of President Trump, the murder of an innocent victim, and harm to others in the crowd at the campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Key takeaways. U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle repeatedly failed to answer basic questions from Republicans and Democrats related to stunning operational failures that led to the attempted assassination of President Trump. Key questions. Director Cheatle failed to answer. Did the Secret Service deny President Trump's campaign additional security? If so, when and how many times? Why did Secret Service fail to secure a rooftop in proximity to the rally site and with a clear view of President Trump's podium? Were agents positioned at the rally site affiliated with Secret Service or another department? Was there any intelligence gathered by Secret Service on the gunman? How were Secret Service resources deployed at the rally site? Was there advanced planning by Secret Service leading up to the campaign rally? In their closing remarks, Chairman James Comer and Ranking Member Jamie Raskin announced a joint letter calling on U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle to resign. The Oversight Committee has a strong record of bipartisan oversight of the U.S. Secret Service and will work with Speaker Mike Johnson's task force to investigate and ensure these failures never happen again. Member highlights. Committee Chairman James Comer emphasized the Secret Service has a zero-fail mission, but it failed on July 13th and in the days leading up to the attempted assassination of President Trump. Given the historic security failures in Pennsylvania, the Secret Service has become a face of incompetence, and Chairman Comer urged Director Cheatle to resign. Chairman Comer, the Secret Service has thousands of employees and a significant budget, but it has now become the face of incompetence. Americans demand answers, but they have not been getting them from the Secret Service. We are instead learning about new facts about the events surrounding the attempted assassination every day from whistleblowers and leaks. Americans demand accountability, but no one has yet to be fired for this historic failure. It is my firm belief, Director Cheatle, that you should resign. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan from Ohio pressed Director Cheatle on reports indicating the U.S. Secret Service denied multiple requests from the Trump campaign for additional security and protective measures. Rep. Jordan, Director, were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail? How many times did you turn them down? They asked for help multiple times and you said no. What did you say no to? How many times? Pretty basic questions. Director Cheatle, what I can tell you, when details make a request, there are alternate ways to handle it. Rep. Jordan, the fact you can't even answer right now how many times their requests were denied, that's pretty damn frustrating for the country. Director Cheatle, I hear your frustration. Rep. Jordan, this is the information people want to know. They pay your salary. It looks like you can't answer basic questions, got a 9% raise, and you cut corners when it came to protection. That's what it looks like to me. You haven't answered one question from the chairman, ranking member, or me. You haven't answered any questions. Representative Foxx from North Carolina pointed out the Secret Service receives billions in taxpayer funding, but recent internal surveys suggest agents are departing the agency and performance is declining under Director Cheatle's leadership. Rep. Foxx, the Secret Service receives billions in funding each year. In fact, you have received increases of 55%. Clearly, a lack of financial resources is not to blame for the staffing shortages. In 2022, the Secret Service saw nearly half its workforce leave in 1 year. Can you explain why so many staff left in 1 year? Director Cheatle. We're committed to hiring the best. Our men and women place service over self and a culture to get the job done. Representative Foxx. Those on the front lines certainly do have a great culture. They were willing to risk their lives to protect President Trump. I don't have any confidence in the agency's leadership culture. Representative Raja Krishnamoorthi from Illinois slammed Director Cheatle for failing to answer basic questions related to recorded footage clearly showing the gunman getting into position to assassinate President Trump. Rep. Krishnamoorthi. That's a threat. Right there in the video, the guy's on the roof and everybody is yelling at him. Director Cheatle. Yes, Rep. Krishnamoorthi. And they are directing the officers' attention to him. The rally wasn't paused at that point, correct? Director Cheatle, we are currently still combing through communications, and when communications were passed. Rep. Krishnamoorthi, this is 2 minutes before the shots started ringing out. Director Cheatle, yes or no, was there ever a moment where the Secret Service actually considered pausing the rally? Director Cheatle, the Secret Service would have paused the rally had they known. Rep. Krishnamoorthi, so the answer is no, correct? Director Cheatle, I can speak to you in generalities. Rep. Krishnamoorthi, no, I don't want generalities, I want specifics. The answer is no, you did not consider pausing the rally, correct? Director Cheatle, the people in charge of protecting the president on that day would never bring the former president out if there was a threat that had been identified. Rep. Krishnamurthy, well, they did. I identified 3 points in the 20 minutes before the shooting when the threat emerged. LaTurner pointed out that the lack of information provided by Secret Service Director Cheatle on the attempted assassination of President Trump has fueled conspiracy theories and misinformation online. Reverend LaTurner, are you concerned with the increased prevalence of conspiracy theories going on out there right now? Director Cheatle, yes. Rep. LaTurner, I am too. You've been incredibly inconsistent with your answers before this committee today and what you are willing to reveal. Rep. LaTurner, you've acknowledged that the shooter was identified with a rangefinder, that President Trump's detail was sufficient for the threats he faced from Iran, that certain details were erroneously reported in your words, but you haven't been willing to provide any information about this decision to place the building in question outside the perimeter, the explosives placed in the shooter's vehicle, the use of a drone by the shooter, or when exactly the Secret Service identified the shooter as a threat. Representative LaTurner, what is your standard today for what you're willing to share and what you are not? Because you have been inconsistent. Director Cheatle, I'm certain you can understand that some of the information that has been provided to you thus far has come from the FBI's investigation and has come from information that we have released. I want to make sure that information that we provide to this committee is consistent and factual. Representative LaTurner. But the question about the drone that the chairman asked at the beginning of the hearing, he said, do you know this information? And you said, yes, you do know this information. You just don't want to tell us. Rep. LaTurner. What we want to know today, and what should dispel some of the conspiracy theories out there, is what would increase trust in the American people. Is for you to let facts out, for you to tell us what you know, and I want to understand from you, why is that a problem? Director Cheatle. There are gaps that we need to make sure don't happen again. Rep. LaTurner. That's unacceptable. That's not enough. Representative Pat Fallon discussed Director Cheatle's inconsistent explanation for failing to position an agent on the sloped roof accessed by the gunman and highlighted that agents were placed on similar rooftops. Reverend Fallon, does the Secret Service have a policy on sloped roofs? Director Cheatle, no. Rep. Fallon, then why did you act like there was one? You were saying there was a safety concern with the roof the shooter accessed, but you put your counter-snipers on a roof that was steeper than the other roof. All the law enforcement I've talked to recently are amazed there wasn't an agent stationed on that roof. You're providing nothing but pathetic excuses. Representative Lisa McClain emphasized Director Cheatle had nearly a week to prepare for her testimony before Congress and still failed to provide any answers for the American people. Representative McClain, how long did you prepare for this hearing? Director Cheatle, I've been preparing for this hearing over the weekend and into last week. Representative McClain, okay. So 5 days, 6 days? Director Cheatle, I'm not sure the date that I got the letter asking me to be here. Representative McClain, what are you sure of? Are you sure of the color of your hair? Are you sure of the color of your suit? Tell the American people what you are sure of. You aren't even sure of when you started preparing for this hearing? Rep. McClain, do you understand why those words seem hollow to the American people, the people who are supposed to entrust their faith to you? Representative Mike Waltz pointed out the Secret Service has failed to hold a single press conference to deliver information or make an effort to reassure the American people that the Secret Service is prepared to fulfill its responsibilities. Rep. Waltz, how many press conferences have you held since the assassination attempt? Gone to the mic, taken questions from media and the public. Director Cheatle, 0. Rep. Waltz, how many has DHS held? Director Cheatle, I don't know. Rep. Waltz, 0. How many has the FBI held? 0. This is how misinformation flies. You still don't have answers after 9 days. We have national anchors and rumors online saying there were multiple shooters, speculation there could have been foreign involvement. Have you done anything to clarify these things today? No, you haven't. I would fire you. You're making this situation far worse, and there is bipartisan outrage here.